Hello, this is Chris with HoverDroids. This is the second video in a series about breaking apart the portfolio in the AccessPress Staple Pro theme for WordPress. So if you go ahead and look at HoverDroids.com, you'll see portfolio and there's nothing under it. It's still just one portfolio with robotics and iOS and Android and crossover apps. They're all mixed in one, and I want to break those apart so that you have portfolio, and then it shows you portfolio 1 and portfolio 2. And what I'm showing here is basically it shows all of the iOS and Android apps and robotics all in one. So the first thing that we have to do is come over here to our dashboard and look at what AccessPress has done before. They have portfolio as its own custom post type. That's what these are called over here. We have portfolio, testimonial, team. So they've added these custom post types and they came with the theme, and I'm not actually going to show you how to do that in this video. What I'm actually going to show you how to do is add a custom post type onto the left side here so that you can use it. And in the next video I will show you how to add your own to your theme so that when you move your theme around, the custom post type goes with it. The advantage of that is clearly that you can put it on any system and not have to worry about what shows up on the left side here for users. But the problem is you can add custom post types that don't care what theme you're going for, and many themes can use it. So for AccessPress, you can't use this FAQ anywhere else because it's built into their theme. But let's go ahead and add a custom post type so that portfolio can be added for any theme. To do this, you're going to need a plugin. So go ahead and go down to plugins and add new, and when it loads, come up here and enter CPT UI and then load that, and you'll get custom post type UI. So go ahead and install that and then activate it. Once it's installed and activated, you can scroll down to CPT UI and select Add Edit Post Types. Now, I'm not actually going to add one because I have already added it, but go ahead and type these fields in exactly as they appear. Portfolio 2 for the post type slug. That's actually very, very key. The portfolios too, try to keep that the same for now, but it's not as key for what we're going to do later. And portfolio 2 for singular. Go over here to labels, and again, just do menu name portfolios 2, all items, all portfolios 2, and add new item, all new portfolio 2. You don't need to do the add new here unless you want to. Scroll down. You have no other properties. Do settings. You do have to change the supports to title, editor, and featured image. This will basically make the post type completely resemble the portfolio, except for now you're going to have a different post type that can be used in different sliders. So go ahead and do that, and you'll have an add post type button, but I've already done it, so mine says edit post type. Okay, now you will want to go back to CPT UI and say add edit taxonomies. Now again, I already created my taxonomy, but you can look at what I have here. Once again, this is very, very important, the portfolio 2-category, because our code is going to look that up, the PHP code. And then plural label, singular label, make sure to mark portfolios 2. And then in labels, you can see there's nothing that you have to change, but in settings, you do need to go and change hierarchical to true, so that it'll actually use categories versus tags to filter through, then hit add taxonomy. Now, what that'll do is refresh your screen and you'll see this portfolios 2. All portfolios 2, add new portfolio 2's category. So the portfolio 2 categories was brought up because you connected your taxonomy to your custom post type. And all portfolios 2 will select that, and you'll see that you have the specific portfolio 2 post types. And I've had air robot, land robot, land and air robot. If I go in here and I select one, you can see over here on the right side the portfolio 2 categories: air, land, blah blah, home, sea test, whatever. So basically different types of robots that I've made and I want to categorize. And if you go to portfolio 1, you can see I have only Android apps and iOS apps and cross-platform. And if you select edit, you'll see that these categories don't have any robotics in them, and they're just Android and iOS, so that your categories for your portfolios are now broken apart into 2 distinct things, meaning 2 distinct post types. And since sliders will look for a certain post type when they're displaying them, you'll now be able to link to portfolio 2 post type and portfolio post type. See the next video for more. Thank you.